do that.
So tell us, let's see. Okay, if I were to ask a question, what question would I ask?
How old are you? Because you look great.
How old am I? 96.
I'm 89, going on 90.
They're
I'm looking
both
forward.
amazing. That's great.
I think it is. I think she's amazing.
You're both amazing. You're both amazing. It's awesome. Love having you here, and we're so grateful that you came down because we were going to drive and see you both after the funeral. We didn't know if you'd make it, so we're so grateful that you came. So blessed. Thank you.
Well, we wouldn't miss it.
Yeah.
Not if we
Arlene
can help
was-
it. Not if
We
we
have
have got two
we have
legs
to
underneath
thank
us.
Lauren and Pat for bringing us.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that helps to have someone.
So tell me one of your earliest memories, if you're going to tell us. Like, what is one of your earliest memories? We'll start with Arla. Like,
My
as a
earliest-
child.
As a child.
Good or bad or anything. Could be anything about the family.
But, everything I think about is a depression, the lack of food, the lack of water, the lack of everything.
Yeah.
That's what is in my mind. How we lived and all that isn't really important because I can't get rid of that other part.
But did you always have food because you were on the farm?
Yeah.
Pretty much you were.
Because
That
my
was-
mother worked day and night to get it.
She did.
Yeah, and we had to work beside her.
What kind of things was she doing?
Oh, she had a big, huge garden. She raised ducks and chickens and geese and
Wow.
Turkeys.
turkeys and, yeah. What whatever you think of.
No.
So you always had fresh eggs in the morning and stuff like
Yes,
that,
we
yeah?
had eggs. Yes, we had eggs and milk, but not always a lot of meat. And
So what, like, when Rudolph, he got hit by a train, right? We have different stories of that. Was he waving at a neighbor? Does anyone even know what happened?
in 1938,
1938? What do you think happened? What did you guys recall happening? Or did,
1940 he died.
he died in 40.
Yeah, it was. I looked at the gravestone.
Well, I got married. Yeah, it was 1940. It was on our anniversary that he was buried.
Yeah. It was
oh,
Our first anniversary.
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was your mom's birthday.
Yes, he died on your mom's birthday. And
Buried on the-
on the 10th of May was our anniversary, and
On the 8th was her birthday.
So, but do you recall what happened? Did anyone, because he was driving the car, was
well,
he waving? I heard he was waving
There was
at me.
somebody working down in the field, and he was waving at them.
Oh.
And
But he went down to get a scraper that was on the end that he had borrowed
Yeah.
because he was going to scrape some holes in the alfalfa field because it had gotten so dry. He was going to cut close those holes up. And they had borrowed, the Diedrichsons had borrowed the scraper and they didn't bring it back. So he went down there to get it. And then he had on the back of the car, but he was so hard of hearing. They said
Yeah.
the train had whistled, but who knows, I don't know if it did or not.
but he was
anyhow.
waving at that fellow, whoever it
Well,
was.
it could be, but then.
I don't know who it was.
Yeah, and he got
He
hit
lost
by
his hearing in the First World War, didn't he?
He got-
Lost his hearing in the war, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Well, it's in the family. Listen to me, I can't hear either.
Well, I don't know, but they said because of being so close
Yeah.
to the bombs going off and stuff, and then he didn't report it because he thought he'd have to stay.
Well, he was in World War I, and he was a wagoner, and he took ammunition to the front and carried dead bodies to the back.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh. How long was he in the war? Do you know?
This one?
How long was he in the war?
Well, I
Any
can't-
idea?
A year, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't
Long
know.
enough. Yeah, yeah. So after he died, what did you guys do? I mean, how did you survive? And all
Well,
that? I mean,
I was married, and I was away, and Walter and I helped her farm.
you did, okay.
Yeah. And,
Milo took over and was really doing, he was still in high school, but then he quit to do the farm, help to do the farming.
he finished his high school.
Did he finish it?
Yeah, he
right.
finished
Well,
his
it was
high
pretty
school.
close to being done anyhow by
Yeah.
that time, but he was still.
And what was Wayne, 7 or 9?
9.
Nine?
As I
He was
recall,
9, he
he's
told
nine.
us,
Nine.
yeah.
So
So he's a little guy,
Yeah, he was
yeah.
11 when he died, yeah.
Yeah, that would makes sense. And how old were you then, if you were married?
I was 18.
You were 18, okay, okay. So you came back to help.
Yeah,
And then just
we helped.
I can
And then in the fall, when harvest was, we had some corn, but Mom didn't have corn. Dad had planted wheat. And they helped us pick our corn.
And there was more sandburrs in the corn than there was corn, as I remember. It was all on the ground.
Yeah, it was all on the ground.
That's all, yeah, that was horrible picking. That was the worst picking corn I ever picked.
Yeah. It was,
There wasn't much to show for it, but
No.
we did
So you
it.
did what you
and I
could to get by.
think we had 300 bushels when they were finished.
Wow.
Of the whole field, yeah.
Yeah, it was drought. And one year when we were married, Walter had planted 40 acres of corn, and we went out with a north spreader and didn't even have it half full of dubbins.
Well, one time, when we had that, during that drought, when we first moved out here, there was some terraces, and that was all the corn that was there. And so Harry and I ate the whole crop with one meal. No kidding, there was nothing there. I mean, we ate all the corn off the whole field in one meal.
Two or 3 years.
Had to work for those. Yeah, those were the years.
Arla,
What?
did you have a year when you had chinch bugs here?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and blister beetles. Cinch bugs and blister beetles.
But I think grasshoppers were the worst. The
And-
most destructive.
And my dad had some, guys had some, I don't think they're aluminum, some tubs, about like this, and he put them in front of the tractor on a bar, and he put oil in there, and he drove through the field and tried to catch as many of those as he could.
Interesting.
Dad talked about digging trenches around the field even.
Yeah, they did that, yeah.
And one year we had grasshoppers that were just so thick, that they ate the apples off the tree, all that was left was cores, cherries were just pits.
Oh, my goodness. It's terrible.
They ate holes in the, if you left the fork handle sit outside, there would be holes chewed into the fork handle.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and when they come flying in, it was like night. It was like,
Just darkened it.
It's
Yeah.
so dark.
so
Oh,
dark.
wow.
Yeah,
That's why you need the seagulls, yeah.
Then they looked at poison, and it smelled like bananas to me.
yeah.
And then they put that poison,
Yeah, it was-
he was supposed to take poison around other people.
I think it was ground corn cobs that they put that on.
I don't know what it was, but
Yeah,
it smelled,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it
but they
still
put
smelled
that
bananas.
stuff on that smelled like bananas.
Yeah.
So what age did Grandma die?
Was she?
How old was she when she died? Because I think she had
50s.
colon cancer. 50, so she was young.
She was in her 50s, 54, yeah.
54, my age, wow. Okay,
Yeah, 54.
so young.
But you know, people those days were older. I mean, they didn't have access to anything other than church and go to town. Mom did go to town. Dad did all the town things,
Oh, really?
and she just sat home and worked. That's all she ever did.
Yeah, hard work, right.
Yeah.
And it ages you.
Yeah. Until she died, she didn't do nothing but work.
But she had some cancer, didn't she?
Yes, yes,
What kind
yes.
of cancer did she have?
Colon cancer.
It was colon is what I
That
understood.
was colon.
yeah.
What?
Colon, I think, is what
Yeah.
Dad told me.
Yeah, that's what.
Colon?
Yeah.
Colon cancer?
Yeah, she had surgery for it, yeah. Yes,
I know she did, but I thought it was in her stomach.
Well, and that, I think, was over her whole body. I think she was vomiting blood and stuff, because I think the cancer had spread. She was
Oh,
actually
okay.
It doesn't
Poor thing.
agree that it didn't matter. When it
Well,
was,
then
it was
that
everywhere.
was from February until September. She died in September.
Wow.
And she died at our house, didn't
Yes.
she? Mom
Yes.
was taking care of
Yeah,
her.
your
Yes,
mom.
I was there, and Mama was there.
Right.
But they let me sleep on the couch while Mom was dying, and they sat with her.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
poor thing. Well, tell us when you were little girls, what kind of things other than farming? I mean, what memories do you have? Fond memories. Are there any fond memories of just, like, were you really close to your mom and dad, or was one
Well,
more stoic and not
Mom
as...
and I were not.
Yeah, you and mom. Now, how about Opal? How about Opal? Were you close to your mama or not
I
so
was
much?
very close to Donna. We slept in the same bed, and we were just like two peas
To
in a
Donna,
pod.
you said?
My sister, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
We were, yeah, we
You
were
were
just,
tight,
we were
huh?
inseparable. She
Aw.
was just so old, and she was just like a boss to us. So we had no trouble with her. We had no,
That's
and-
hysterical.
Well, I had to be taking care of Wayne.
yeah, Wayne
That's
and
true,
Milo
and-
and you were closer, and then,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, and
Okay.
Milo
He was his
and
own
I
man.
fought like
Yeah,
You
but you
did?
still, yeah.
tigers until he got strong enough and big enough, he picked me up and threw me in the tank.
And that was it, and then you gave
And
up.
I yelled to my mom and my dad to help me, and they just stood there and laughed at me.
You deserved it.
You were probably a little resentful having to babysit. I'm sure that was
Oh,
hard.
Yes,
Yeah,
the kids were
you're a
playing, and I had to
kid.
be watching that kid and churning butter and.
Yeah, that's not fun. I don't blame you. That's
Oh, we
tough.
appreciate what you did.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Thank you for your
If
service.
you hadn't taken good care, none of us would be here. So.
So you,
Well, it's like I said, if I didn't do it right, I caught the devil, so.
I bet you did. That's right.
And I think that's why I resented my mother too, because she was a perfectionist,
Mm-hmm.
overworked perfectionist, we'll say.
Okay.
And you just wanted to fool around and do your own thing, and you didn't listen, and you didn't want to do the work.
Yeah.
And so Don and I had to do it all. It wasn't right, but we can't do much about it by now. We just agreeably did it and then ignored you.
So funny.
Well, and then after every noon meal, I'd run out to the bath, we had an outdoor
Yeah,
toilet.
yeah.
And I'd run out and sit in the
She didn't
toilet.
wanna do
till-
dishes.
Till they had dishes.
Seriously? You're like, what is wrong with her? She's always in the bathroom. That's funny. You're a smart girl, though. Oh, that's funny. So, like, what was school like? Like, how long did you go to school, and what was it like?
We walked to school and we walked home, snow, rain, anything. It didn't
Yeah.
make any difference what it was. We never had a ride. I walked to high school from out there on the farm to into Scribner.
We all
Wow.
did. And Wayne got a bicycle.
Yeah.
And he was privileged. He had got an old piece, he scrapped together something. I know where he went to some place where there's a junky old bicycle, scrapped it, built it all up himself, and had a bicycle. But I was kind of resentful of that. That really wasn't, but I never did learn to ride a bicycle. I probably
Well, I'd never ridden a bicycle in my life.
So we all
Oh, my
had to walk
goodness.
except
So
him.
he was the only one that
Well,
yeah.
that
he
was,
was
when
privileged.
you're poor, you don't
Yes,
have
that's
those
true.
things.
That's very
Well,
true.
he made his own though.
Well, I know.
He figured
know.
it
It's
out.
always been mechanical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
mechanic.
And he picked up an old sewing machine someplace, I don't know where, and he fixed it so it was a jigsaw. And then he could pedal it with his feet, and then, but Wayne did that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Wayne,
And he and his cousin Ernie would make airplanes.
Wow.
And they cut these fruit boxes and stuff like they used to have years ago. All fruit came in a box, and it had little narrow boards and about
Yeah.
like so, and they made airplanes.
Wow.
and I remember he'd sit and take a clock apart. And he'd sit there and he wouldn't listen to anyone, nothing. You could say anything, do anything. He was just like his mesmerized, what the word is.
Mesmerized,
Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
just sitting there. But every screw would go in the right place. I mean, it's just perfect. Yeah, but no one else could have sat and done that like he did.
Well,
I'm sure you'd have a few missing pieces or leftover pieces because, he was just amazing. And then the thing would work. How do you do it? I don't know. But,
Well, he had an inquiring mind, so
well,
he said that.
he had a very concentrated though. I mean, it was he was going to do something. It was done. I mean, he would do it.
So was your dad warmer and more loving than your mom, or not necessarily? Or I mean,
Well-
German parents are tough,
she
right?
just was a cantankerous kid.
You told me
It's her fault. It wasn't mine.
So I should ask each of you.
I say I was a nasty kid. I was mean. I was mean to my mother.
You were
she
mean to your
was.
mom. But did you get along good with your mom?
Yes,
Opal?
yes.
You did great. So it was
She did
just
not get
all
along much
Arla.
better. It was just me that got in
Just
trouble.
you that had
She didn't
trouble.
want to do what she was
Because
supposed to do.
you're the oldest.
And I didn't want to do
it's
it the
hard.
way she told me to do it. And she didn't like that.
And then she would sit and sing like an opera singer and about drove mother crazy. She was going to be a Hollywood star.
Oh, were you? That's so sweet. I love that. Did she have a good voice? Did you have a
Yes,
good
she
voice?
did. Unfortunately, she did.
That's good. You have a good voice?
You have a good voice. Yeah.
Well, I don't
you
know
can
about
sing.
it or
I love
not,
it, but
but
an opera singer,
I
that's
love,
another thing.
well, I still love music.
That's good.
I love music and I love art.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So everyone else got along great, but Arla was a standout. But would you say your dad or your mom were the
I
the
got along
kindest?
fine with my dad.
You did.
Oh, I
Yes,
think
because
I did.
he didn't criticize.
Oh, interesting.
He used reverse psychology on people.
Smart.
And
What did he say to you?
he'd say, "Oh, I don't think you can do that. You're just not big enough. You're not, strong enough."
Oh,
And you're going to do it regardless.
that's right. He knew your personality would take over. Yeah.
He would always say to you,
yeah.
now that's a
And my
good
mother would demand that I do something and do it. This is how you're going to do it, and you have to do it that way. And if you don't, you're going to catch the devil. And so, I mean, she was
stern, sounds
Yeah.
like, to everyone, right?
I mean, she was a loving parent.
See, they're too much alike.
She was a loving parent. It was just me that was a renegade.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't
So you
know
kind
it.
of butted heads a little.
I
Sounds
didn't
like
know
you
it
did.
at the time, but after I grew up and had kids of my own, I learned some things.
That's true. That's then you look back and realize, yeah. Wow. Now, what did you do about like cooking and refrigeration? I mean, you had no refrigerators.
No.
You had no, obviously, just the one
No.
oven. You'd stay warm by the oven, Dad used
We-
to say.
Remember the time when we had those eggs, because we didn't have refrigeration, we had mother had made deviled eggs, she had them in the cupboard, maybe you weren't even there.
I wasn't anymore there.
Anyway, we had a cupboard that opened up, and you stood on this side, you put the food through this side. Well, yeah, these deviled eggs were on this side, and we were gonna have them for supper, and then they fell apart, and there were egg maggots in
Oh.
underneath the.
Oh, how
because-
sad.
Yeah, we didn't eat any deviled eggs that night. I'll never forget that.
It was just so hard to keep food, I'm sure.
Oh, it was, yeah, it was very hard.
Well, I don't know how we ever lived, really, I don't. When I think about now,
really?
you know, all the things. We didn't have refrigeration, we had a well, and we run down and put the butter and our cream and our milk in.
And then one
Oh,
time-
to keep it cold, you dump it down in there,
We
keep
hung
it
it down
cold?
the well.
Oh,
in a
interesting,
bucket, in a
okay.
bucket. Then one time that bucket upset or something, I don't remember that.
no.
And you lost everything in the bottom of the
Yeah,
well?
lost it all.
Into the well.
Oh,
Did
darn.
you have
That's a
any
good
wild game in the area?
Wild game?
Well, we had rabbits, we ate
Right,
rabbits and
yeah.
squirrels.
Yeah.
You ate squirrels? What does
yeah.
squirrel taste like?
Oh, that's good.
There's not much meat on a squirrel, but do you remember it being good as a kid? I
Yes, and
can't.
they such beautiful brown gravy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, we ate all the rabbits and
It'd
squirrels.
be hard to catch a rabbit, but,
We
I mean,
ate,
squirrel, but.
we ate rabbits until they had rabbit disease, and then
Oh,
we
right.
didn't eat any more
You
rabbits.
didn't dare, right,
Mom cleaned one rabbit, and we saw this big spot on it, and so dog got that.
Good thing you didn't eat it, could
No.
might have killed somebody, yeah.
Didn't have
so-
any pheasant or quail left, though.
Is what?
Pheasant? How about pheasant or quail?
We didn't have any guns to shoot. We didn't have any ammunition.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
That's true, that cost money, yeah. So meat was really a luxury, so squirrel did taste good,
Yeah.
probably
We had
because of that,
chicken.
yeah.
We had
We had
We had
chicken.
chickens, that's true.
Yeah, we
You
had chicken.
We had ducks. She'd have a duck every Sunday. Sunday we'd have ducks.
Yeah, we
Is
had
that
one on
right?
Sunday.
Yeah.
And then Thanksgiving, we had
Did you each have
had
your own
goose.
piece of chicken that you had?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You each had a piece
Yeah,
that you
we
could
were-
eat?
yeah.
You
Yeah,
a
we each
good
had one
chicken?
piece.
Yeah, you each
That's
had one
right.
piece of the chicken.
Yeah.
And everybody had their individual piece. that
That's
they
right.
had.
The favorite piece.
And your mom had wings, and
Yeah.
I had drumstick.
There's not much on wings, you don't get a lot of
No, there
meat off
wasn't
a
a lot of
wing,
wing,
that's
but
gonna,
they-
yeah,
No, but
yeah, but
that's-
You
that's
ate the
her
feet
favorite.
too, though, didn't you?
Yeah,
What?
The chicken feet.
So did your mom.
Yes, I know. So did your mom. You did too.
Chicken feet, now chicken livers
My
are
wife,
good.
I've gone hungry a
Yeah,
lot.
she was, that was
Chicken feet.
thing.
I don't know between nutrition and chicken feet.
Just like
Well,
your dad
they're
got
good.
talking
They're
about
chewy.
chicken.
They're chewy?
Yeah, they're chewy, and you can sit there, and I still, to this day, sit there and chew everything off the
Are
bone.
they good?
Cartilage and everything.
Yeah.
Because we always dress chicken for dinner.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get much to eat, so you eat everything that's there.
But Dad used to break them up and eat the marrow out of the inside.
What?
Dad
Yeah.
used to break them up and eat the marrow out of the
Yeah.
inside. That I've never done.
Oh, Daddy did that too. I remember our dad doing that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
great.
drumstick, he'd break it open and eat the marrow out
It's
of
like,
it. Yeah.
you don't eat that part.
Oh, no, it's good. That is good. I remember doing that as
Yeah,
a
it's
little
very
kid.
rich
Yeah.
and very
Now,
nourishing.
do you
I'm
remember,
sure.
like, your dad told me he remembers his first Coca-Cola and his first movie, but he was like 12, I think. So do you remember, like, your first movie you went to, like, cinema at the movie theater?
In my childhood life,
Yes, when the
I
youngest-
never
the youngest-
went to a movie until I was in high school, and then we went
Really?
to The Last of the Mohicans and The Tale of Two Cities. And
Wow.
I thought I was going to die because of that poor Indian.
Very dramatic. Very
Oh, it was
dramatic,
too
yeah.
much for me.
I haven't seen that movie. haven't seen it. How about you, Opal? Did you see?
Well, I saw about the quintuplets, I think. And then I saw one, a horror movie, and the guy had a square head, and that bothered me forever.
Oh,
You know? I don't know what. I think I only went to one or two movies by
Oh,
tired.
that wasn't a movie, Opal. That was a play in the church.
Well,
Yeah.
sure
It scared you to death then, probably,
it took-
yeah.
It haunted me for a long
Yeah.
time. That guy with
And
that square head.
it was, what was it, Red Velvet? Oh, what was the name of that? where this woman's her hair was up like this. And
Ooh,
it was hanging
scary.
on a nail and
Sounds scary.
Yeah, it was
and
bad.
that was Early Lowe.
Oh, well, I don't even remember her name.
Yeah, they had, our folks went to that thing. It was a fundraiser of some kind.
Oh, a fundraiser, it was a
Yeah,
play?
and that's the only time I ever went to anything like that.
Wow.
What'd you do for Christmas time?
Oh, we had a big Christmas tree, great big Christmas tree.
Yeah, we have a Christmas
And
tree.
mother would bake these cookies that she'd cut out, the animal cookies and decorate them. She was really artistic with frosting, hang them on that tree. Yeah. And then we never had presents until the presents were there, and then up in the morning we'd wake up. We'd have to go up in the barn or something to get out of the way.
We had to help
Santa
Dad milk.
Claus. Then, do something to get out of the way. And then Santa Claus was supposed to have come, and then we came out.
Oh, how sweet.
And then, in that little time that we were out the barn, Mother would decorate the tree, put everything under the tree that was going to be put there, and have everything ready like Santa had to have come.
Oh,
And it was always done. We never saw her, we never heard,
she was sneaky.
yeah.
And everything was homemade, and they hid all that stuff that we didn't get to see it until that time.
That's impressive.
And they made it in the evenings
Yeah.
after we were in bed.
Oh, wow. So Opal, you wrote in your Christmas letter about a dollhouse or something.
Oh, yeah. That was
Can
a
you
dollhouse
describe
out of
it?
a
You said it had
was
red
out of a
windows?
cardboard box.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it had little windows, and the windows had little red plastic. You probably, yeah, and with little tables and little covers on the tables, and little bedspread on the bed that Mother had made, and they made the little bed. Yeah, it was cuter than heck.
And she had fixed the
And
table
I think
with
Donna
the,
and I got that. We usually got things together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, there was a spool, used a spool, a thread spool.
Uh-huh.
And on that, they put a piece of
Round thing.
wood like that had been cut.
little
And then
tablecloth.
and that was a table. You set the spool down and the table stood there. And
Yeah, little chairs. Oh, it was really neat.
That's intricate. That's a lot of work, a lot of time.
Oh,
They
my
did-
gosh.
Well, and then my dad made Donna a kitchen cupboard.
That was mine too. We were combined. We always
the kitchen-
combined. Yeah,
the
that
kitchen
was
cupboard.
Like a play kitchen?
Yeah, play
Like a toy
kitchen.
kitchen? Oh,
Play kitchen. And it had a
little thing that opened up.
yeah,
little
it had
thing.
doors.
But he
and-
left two little knobs off. He's always left something off of something. He never did 100%.
I ran out of stuff.
that way it's authentic, like your real kitchen, right?
No, and then even the house, the house that, remember those cupboards we had down below there? He never put knobs on those. He always did it. Mother always said he could never do everything 100%. It always had to be 98.
98.
That's so funny. What are the toys do you remember for Christmas? What are the things
We didn't
do you
have
remember
toys.
getting?
No,
Well, I mean, like
toys.
things that were handmade, like the dollhouse, and what other,
Oh,
is there
that-
anything, because those are really fond memories that I have of my childhood. I was thinking, I mean, it'd be special to you if you
Well,
got
our
something
Christmas
made.
usually was clothing,
Okay,
underwear, and books and pencils.
Books. You
School
got
stuff.
books. I don't
Well,
get
like
books.
notebooks like to write in, little tablets to write
Oh.
in. And what else did you have for Christmas that you?
Oh, I got shoes that made out of an old coat, little bedroom slippers.
Oh,
Oh yeah, and I always wanted a horse to ride on. Like the horse with the head.
yeah, yeah.
Oh man, forever and ever I wanted that. And then they took a thing and they put a spring under it, and I was supposed to sit on that and bounce. And I was disappointed. I never got
We have it so great now, don't we? So you never got the
No.
horse? Oh.
No, and then when I got grandkids, then where
Yeah.
did I get the horse from? I must have borrowed some. Then my grandkids and I, we'd ride down the basement around. I'd ride the horse and we'd ride around the basement.
So you did get it eventually,
I got
yes.
my horse.
That's right. That's awesome.
and then we'd go to Grandma Leptine's house, and then we had Christmas, because she had lots of toys and stuff for us.
Oh, she did. She
Yeah.
spoiled you then.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
But
neat.
I don't remember any of the toys I got. I always remember Grandpa laying on that couch, and he'd always give us a great big orange and the biggest apple you ever saw in your life. Remember that? And then we eat the orange peeling and all, because that was the orange we got all year long. That's the only orange.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and Grandpa gave us that. Remember?
Yeah,
Oh,
and then,
crabby Grandpa.
and then they would have candy and nuts on the table. We could eat as much as we wanted.
As much candy and
we
nuts?
never
Wow.
had, well, if Mother
Wow.
made candy, we'd have candy, but
Oh.
otherwise we never had candy.
I didn't think so, yeah.
And,
We about go home sick. Yeah, we'd come.
yeah, we
I
were-
bet you'd get sick because it was
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
unbelievable, yeah.
And we had
And
pickled,
Aunt
always
Esther
had
made,
pickled herring.
And Esther made the best potato salad, and I've tried all my life to make something that good potato salad, but I
Oh,
haven't
I
gotten it
didn't
done.
remember that at all.
You don't remember the
No,
potato
I
salad?
remember the pickled herring, but they bought that.
Wow.
What was Grandma Leptine's first name?
Helena,
Helena, that's right.
Ooh, that's
Okay.
that's my mother's mother.
Okay.
Why don't you
And
tell
she was
these guys as
Billerbeck,
many
wasn't she?
Wayne stories as you can? Since
Wayne stories?
Yeah.
Other than diapers, yeah. When he was a little older, like when he was a toddler, maybe a little older, out of diapers.
Well, see, Wayne was a problem because mother had diabetes.
She didn't have diabetes. She had diabetes when she was pregnant.
Yeah, pregnant diabetes.
Oh,
Yeah,
when she's
So
pregnant with
then
him.
Grandma, yeah, then so Grandma came and took care of us. I was just a little kid. Yeah, and we weren't supposed to know anything about this, that she was going to be born. It was a bad thing to even know that she was pregnant. That was a secret in those days.
Was it?
Well, she got heck because you found the baby bed somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And told them about it.
Oh, it was a secret.
Was
Oh.
that Wayne's baby bed apparently? Right.
Apparently, they must
That
have,
was
they
Wayne.
ordered from Sears and Roebuck for
It had it-
$9, I think it was.
It had it somewhere up in the.
They had it up.
Hid it.
Yeah,
we weren't supposed to know about this at all.
It was in the cob shed up over the rafter.
Oh, okay. 'Cause I knew
Oh, and you found
you-
it.
I
Yeah.
saw
So
it.
you knew baby's coming, yeah.
Well, I didn't
She
really
was-
know what it was. I could just see the box.
Oh, interesting.
And I was curious about the box, and I asked my mother what was in that box. You know how kids are, they have to know what's in a box. So
You got heck, right?
she was kind of
Put out because you.
unhappy with me.
Again.
Yeah.
And then you got stuck with him.
Yes, yeah, it's like, yeah.
And I remember Wayne, when, the main thing of Wayne, when Dad got something bothered that Wayne had done, and he put him between the legs and he held him there. And Wayne was just squalling and bawling, and, oh, he was not gonna give in one bit that had done something wrong. You don't remember that?
Yeah.
And I was so mad at Dad, and that was the only time I really had a
Aw.
bad feeling toward Dad, because he was hurting my little brother.
Was he like 2, 3,
Oh,
maybe?
just a little twerp, just a little.
He would
Just
like
little
to,
guy?
Wayne would like to throw tantrums sometimes. And
I don't remember the tantrums at all. I just remember
yeah,
that
when he was,
must have done something
about
wrong.
2, when he was about 2, he'd throw tantrums.
Yeah, Dad was
And
trying to make him.
What
say-
Dad was doing was breaking his spirit.
Yeah, something.
Aw.
really-
Making him, breaking his
Toughen him
will
up.
and
But he broke
making him
mine.
that he would mind and sit
Yeah.
still. He didn't do it harsh or anything like that. He
No, but
didn't
Wayne
yell
was
at him, he
throwing,
didn't
Wayne was
scold
throwing
him.
a fit.
Yeah, oh,
Just
yeah.
broken hearted. It broke my heart to see him get.
Well,
To see him
as a
upset, yeah.
babysitter, I have done that a time or two, too.
You sound like a tough babysitter. Almost the kinder heart. Well, let's just let him throw a temper tantrum.
No, that was.
But that
painful.
really would have- for you to
just,
watch that, it would have scared
it
you.
was- I was mad at
Yeah.
Dad. I just, and I never.
Well, because
had
you
any
were only
idea.
2 years older than Dad, our dad.
No,
So
I was 4 years old.
4 years?
Yeah,
Oh, I was thinking 2.
4.
Okay.
No,
Oh, you're old enough to know then. So if he's 2 doing that, you're 6. That's dramatic,
Yeah,
probably,
it
or
was,
whatever.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
She probably just didn't
Yeah.
understand how.
What was going on? Yeah.
Well, even if I did, I don't think it was right.
Well, I've done it
Me, That was
myself.
me. No, I've never done that. No, that's me. That's just with me.
When I was babysitting this one family, this kid would throw himself on the floor and just have a terrible tantrum. Then he'd get up and he'd kick the door and he'd knock his head against the door. And he was just really,
Like tired, obviously,
he
or
was
something. Yeah.
really out of it. So I just took him in my lap. I says, okay, you're going to sit on my lap until you can stop and behave yourself. And then every time after that, if he was going to be doing something like that, I'd say, okay, you want to sit on my lap? Tantrum was over.
But I think the biggest thing I remember about Wayne so much is Wayne and Milo slept in the same bed right next to us. And there was the stairs came up between. We had this room. Don and I slept, you slept in a separate bed. And Milo would always be telling Wayne stories. Wayne was just a little kid. They slept in the same bed. And he would go on and on and on. And then they'd fall asleep. And then the next night the story would start over. And the next night the story would start over. It was a constant story he was telling, and we would always listen in on it. But he was
That's
Milo telling Wayne
cute. How sweet.
stories, yeah.
Oh.
Wayne was kind of like a little,
He was a little pest.
I never ever
Amazing.
thought of him as being a pest at all.
No, you did not take care of him.
No, he was
So are these like fictional stories or family stories or what?
Made up
just
stories.
made
They
up
were. He
stories.
would make up stories.
He would get on for hours.
Well,
just
and
tell-
sometimes he would tell the story up to a certain point, and then he'd say, okay, it's your turn to tell the story, and you have to carry the story
Oh,
on.
smart.
And then Wayne would have to think about what he was going to tell of that story.
Oh, how sweet.
So that's how they did that.
Wow.
It just seemed
They
like
were so
every night
close.
they would tell
Every night they'd tell
stories.
stories.
Yeah, that Milo.
I know you were all very, very close because you went through such hardship, I'm sure. You were all
Oh, I
very
don't know if
close.
it's a hardship or not, but
No.
that kept
What?
us close. I don't know that we were really that, well, I guess we're
Well, if
close.
we weren't that close. I wasn't that close.
No, I don't think either. No, I think then you left and we were,
Well, I was so young when I got married that
yeah. But we
Then you had
never-
the easy life. When you got married, you were done with the
I was done with
siblings.
the babysitting.
Yeah, right.
no, they
right.
really had a big-
I thought I would never have to do that again, but I was wrong.
Then when Dad died, then Wayne and Milo took over and really raised Wayne in a way. I mean, he was just like a father to him. Was his father figure to him, I would say.
Right.
Wouldn't you?
And they loved to do the same things like hunting and fishing and
Yeah.
Wayne liked animals and he had foxes in a shed and the other day I wasn't even thinking about Wayne. I was wondering how he fed that fox when he had the door.
So he had a pet fox?
Yeah, he had,
Oh,
well, it wasn't a
more-
pet. It
more
wasn't-
than one.
It was a
quite-
wild fox.
Yeah,
Did
we
he
had a couple
caught
of them.
and put in a cage?
Red fox in a shed.
Really?
Yeah, then we throw dead chickens in there and stuff too. We always
Yeah.
fed 'em
Why did
dead
he want to
chickens.
keep it? Was he trying to keep it as a pet kind of thing, or do you know?
Oh, it's a stupid thing to do, really.
Oh, it's a
was.
boy thing to do, right?
It was, I don't know why.
And it was there for years.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, gosh, oh,
I
Until-
never heard that story.
I think until he went to the service. Wasn't it until he went to the
I don't
service they
know.
got rid of it?
Well,
And they used to raise pigeons. Milo was really into pigeons.
Yeah, then we ate.
We had part up on the hog shed, part of the top. It was all for pigeons. They were these pigeons that turtle up and turn upside down. You know,
And we ate pigeons.
they'd go up on the barn and then they'd flip over themselves. What do you call those kind of pigeons?
Uh,
I don't know. There were
Tumbling pigeons.
Tumbling pigeons, yeah.
so there's such a thing. Tumbling.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
And then,
Yeah, we never
and we
had-
always had ate the little
Little
bitsy things.
Yeah. You know,
much meat
you think those little tiny pigeons like that, about that much, lots of bones?
Yeah.
You think, but you can't eat much more than that. They're
Yeah.
so filling.
Oh, they are. Wow.
They have wonderful tasting breast.
Yeah.
Then they had to quit raising them because they got tuberculosis in their cow herd. They were milking cows, yeah. And then they had to get rid of the pigeons because they were,
Oh, they were causing the tuberculosis
Yeah,
or something?
they
Really?
thought-
Interesting.
they
Oh,
thought
they
they
thought,
well,
they
I
didn't know,
think the
yeah.
droppings in the barn and the hay.
Oh,
and they
good
fed the
point.
hay to the
So it's
cows,
dirty,
and they
yeah.
ate that.
Mhm.
And so that was.
That makes
Well,
because the
and
cows get
then the
tuberculosis.
years were so, there was no food for the cows, so we had a hard time keeping them alive,
Wow.
you know.
Yeah.
You know, you see these skinny old cows with them in pictures,
Aw.
well, that's the way they looked.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah. How many cows do you think you had?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Different times.
But in about 1934, we lost the last cow.
Oh, that was a
Wow.
tragedy, yeah.
Yeah, and,
Dad was gone at the time.
no, Dad was home yet.
No, he was dead.
When we lost the last cow? Oh, no, because I was there. I sat there with that poor old cow that night.
Okay, you could be right. I would be passed away in the 40s, so.
But he bought some hogs.
Uh-huh.
He bought some hogs, and they all died.
Hmm.
And then we didn't
Yeah.
had no meat.
Baby
We
calves
had
and-
no milk. All we had was eggs. We ate eggs and more eggs.
Well, I remember they went and got that one from the Diedrichsons, and he tried to get a cow from someone else, and they wouldn't sell it because that was when Dad was dead, though.
No,
Then
I don't
you
know.
were gone away from home.
yeah, I was gone. I didn't. But
Yeah.
that last cow we had died while I was there. I wasn't married then. Yet. I was still in high school.
Okay, well, could be wrong, but,
Did you have the dust storms in this area like?
oh,
they-
did we? Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
One
just
time
like-
on 4th of July, Dad took us down to the creek to fish. We went in the creek and was catching fish by hand. And a windstorm came up, and Mother had left all the windows open in the house, and when we came home, there was dirt that thick on the
Oh,
table.
no.
Just, and it
Door
was,
blew open. Yeah, blew
yeah,
open.
yeah.
my goodness.
Oh, it's terrible.
And then she cried.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
Oh, I
she
bet.
cried, just such a mess. She had left the house all neat and clean.
Oh, it was
and
perfect. Yeah, I bet that was
such
rough.
a mess.
Now, when did they build that house? Or what's the story with the
Oh,
house?
no, they didn't build
Do you
that
know?
house. That was used to be a church at one time.
Yeah, well,
Really?
Yeah, it was the church.
didn't know that.
and
Yeah,
there was a store too one time, way back when.
yeah, that house was pretty old.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't really a church. You know how churches were those
Well,
days.
Yeah.
Where somebody would come and
Preach.
preach, and then just all the neighbors would come together and,
Did you guys always go to church service? Were you guys very
No,
religious
we
or not
never
at all?
went to church.
Never went to church?
Dad,
Okay.
there was something about that, his dad told him that they couldn't, that they had some problems with it, and that they were not supposed to go to church, and somehow or other, so he made a promise they wouldn't go or something,
Oh,
as I
wow.
remember, but I don't know what the deal was, why they didn't.
well, that was,
And Dad was so hard of hearing, he probably couldn't hear anything anyhow.
no, he couldn't have.
Wow, he was that bad, huh?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that bad. We all got a screeching voice. I did. I don't remember if you did. Donna and I did. We both, I used to yell so loud.
Yeah,
Oh, hoping he could hear you?
Hoping
Yeah,
you hear instead
yeah.
of pitching it down, we always pitched our voices high.
so Dad could hear it, yeah.
So Dad could hear us.
Well, it took me years to I still talk too loud. It took me years to tone down.
Tone it down?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so
Because you were used to being with him, yeah. Yeah. Wow. So what schooling did you guys get? When did you graduate? Like, 'cause I understood you didn't go to like high school all
I
the
went
way.
to high
Did you?
school.
You did? Oh,
Oh,
I thought Dad
I went
said
to
I
college.
thought you went to 8th grade and that
No,
was
no,
it.
no, no, no.
Why did I think
no,
that?
No, we all went to.
Oh,
We
good.
went to high school, but we had to walk. We walked
You
all.
walked all the way through. Okay, and you went to
Yeah.
college, Opal. Okay,
Yeah, I went to
that's
college,
great.
yeah.
Okay.
She taught school.
I don't know. Maybe he was talking about his dad. I'll bet he was talking about Rudolph. No, that wouldn't make sense. I don't know. I thought he said
My dad had
someone-
college education.
Yeah, Dad had.
So no, that's not true.
My dad had college education.
He did. Okay.
Yeah,
Two
Grandma,
years, he
Grandma
did.
saw to that every one of her boys had college education.
Fantastic.
But
Yeah.
but Dad never graduated. He just had 2 years.
2 years. Yeah. Okay.
Wayne used to talk, my dad used to talk about either his father or his grandfather that would travel the train. He'd jump on a train and then go somewhere and work. And
Yeah,
then-
yeah.
Was that y'all's
It wasn't
grandfather?
my dad.
Okay.
Wasn't our
Yeah,
dad.
yeah, he traveled across the United States.
Oh, yeah, he did that,
Yeah,
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 oh,
yeah.
yeah, but he did, yeah.
When he was a
Not
young
so much-
man or
Yeah.
He
something?
went across, he liked Oregon the best, the nicest state he visited.
He liked Blaine, Washington the best.
Oh, I thought it was Oregon, okay.
No,
That's
Blaine,
good.
Washington. He always
Good.
talked about Blaine,
Okay,
Washington.
okay.
Those
Yeah, he
people-
traveled, hitchhiked.
So was this like after college, maybe? After he graduated?
I don't
Or
know
do you
I don't know when he did that,
Huh.
but he he hitchhiked.
Wow.
And then if he ran out of money, he would find work wherever he could, and then he'd get enough money, then or he hooked onto a train and went
Jumped on the trains, right?
to the
Yeah.
next
Yeah, traveled.
destination, and
Across the United States.
Wow.
if he didn't have any money, he'd get work, you know.
So do you think that went on for like a year or less,
I
or
have no
any
idea.
I
idea?
don't know, I have no
I
idea.
wonder. That's interesting.
Never talked too much about it.
There was one time that we went to Cave of the Winds in Colorado Springs when we were just little. And I remember Dad looked at the guest book and he opened that up and he found
Yes.
Rudolph Witt's name
Oh.
in that guest book, just with like the turn of
Oh,
one or two
amazing.
pages. It
Oh,
was,
that'd be unreal.
Wouldn't that be crazy? That's
Oh, that would
amazing.
really be.
That's in Colorado? Yeah, I remember hearing something about that story, yeah. That'd be wild to say. That was my dad. that
I
came
don't
from-
know if he went on the East Coast, though, did he?
I thought he went across the United States, but how far, I know he went west, but I
I
don't
know he
how-
went west,
I
too.
don't know how far east he went, I couldn't tell you. I thought he went across the United States, but I don't know.
I don't
Just
know.
hitchhiking.
I know he didn't even talk about that. He didn't talk about
Well-
his service in the war either.
Well,
Oh,
see,
he
we
didn't share any of that? No, I
We
wouldn't.
didn't know, we
Yeah.
didn't sit down and talk like this, and we should have, but you missed that
I
whole thing,
know.
because you just don't, because he wouldn't have volunteered, and we wouldn't have asked, you know.
He was
Right.
he was too busy reading a book.
Oh, he read a lot, huh? Interesting.
Everything he could get his
That's
hands
the way
on.
our mom was. Read. All she'd do is read, yeah.
Get
That's great.
everything he could get his hands on.
Huh.
Absolutely everything.
It
Wow.
wasn't too much.
no.
And you didn't interrupt him when he was reading, that was his quiet time, he needed
Yeah.
time, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't bother him when he was reading.
Interesting. What did your mom do? Did your mom have any free time at all?
No.
Like,
no,
what
no.
kind of things did she
did a lot
sew?
of
She
sit and
sewed.
sewed darn
She'd
socks.
sew and darn
Darn
socks,
socks.
right, yeah.
Yeah, but
She always had something in her hand.
But she
Yeah.
crocheted.
She crocheted, yeah?
Yeah, she crocheted, and she made tie quilts.
Oh,
But they were
nice.
necessities, they were not,
Right,
Yeah.
nothing for beauty and art, just
No.
gotta stay warm.
Sold all our clothes, any clothes that we had, we were
yeah, she
sewing.
sewed everything that was on our backs.
Wow,
And she was very artistic. She made cute little things out of all that stretchy stuff, crepe paper and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was
Oh, really?
really creative.
Interesting.
Yeah, she made flower arrangements.
And she went down to the fair. She won some prizes on some of the things they had. That,
wow.
yeah, they made different things. Oh, and then she made the donkey that time out of material, out of old sacks or something. I don't know what she did. The donkey and the elephant. The
Oh,
two-
yeah.
Yeah, remember that old?
For a float.
Yeah, for the float.
Yeah.
that she did.
Our school had a float at the fair every year.
Yeah, they always went, the fair was a big deal
And Mom
I
and
bet the
Dad
fair was a
always,
big deal.
Mom and
Yeah,
Dad
he
were
worked
always big
at the fair.
at making things for that float.
Right, yeah. That's neat, that's awesome. I'm sure the fair's a big
It was a
get
big,
together,
it
so
was
everyone
something.
gets together and,
Well, there wasn't much else
Excitement.
going on
No,
for kids.
nothing
You know,
else for
we
kids,
didn't go
right,
anywhere or do
right,
anything, like
right.
now you don't go out of town. That's-
Right.
It was right here in Scribner, so we really were active in that. Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, we was-
And we could get out of school then.
Oh, you got out of school for the fair? You're kidding. Oh, I thought this was like after school.
We always thought that was pretty
Yeah,
wonderful
it was
when we
always
could get out of
September.
school.
September.
Did it last, it lasted like a week or something, or how long?
Yeah.
Oh,
it
my
lasted-
goodness, yeah.
Yeah, we always had school floats and that was made and I always tried to make a lot of money, and then I always had to have money left over, because we'd embroidery things and all take to the fair, you know, win prizes on it, yeah. Mother always had soap and she had cakes and, yeah, they
And
really
she made
went all
lots of
out.
stuff for the fair.
Yeah, really went all out.
And then you had like a little booth or something set up?
No,
or how did you
no, you
sell
just
what
bid
did
it, you just brought it and then you put the cakes where the cake pile was and the
Oh.
bread where the bread
It
were.
was a
and-
competition.
Oh, it was a competition, okay, just like the fairs today, yeah, okay. And you'd get ribbons and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or could you
money.
get prize
We got
money?
We
Yeah,
got money.
yeah.
Money.
Oh,
Oh,
we got money. Oh,
nice.
man. That was almost money we made all year.
Well,
Wow.
it
Yeah.
was maybe $1, $1.50.
I don't care, that was big stuff.
That was big stuff then, yeah, right, and you have to decide how you're gonna spend it.
Oh,
save
no,
it,
we
yeah.
never spend it all. We always
I
had to
bet,
have some left
something
over.
to
Well,
save, yeah,
We spent it many times in our minds, but we didn't really spend it.
right.
At what point did financial things get better?
They never did until Dad died. And then we finally got rain that year that Dad died.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah, yeah,
you said 1940, okay.
yeah.
And then the crops were really good and.
Well, it better, it proved,
Well,
not,
no, the corn wasn't very good, but the wheat was a very good year for wheat.
yeah, he had
And
planted
he,
winter wheat.
it was spring wheat.
Oh, spring wheat, okay.
And he
good.
planted spring wheat, and in February, and, you know, February is kind of an unusual month to be planting wheat, but that's what he
think
did.
so, yeah.
And, it really did well, and,
And then caught fire for some reason or other. It's lightning hit or something, one part of it burned a
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh, no.
Wow,
And then we always had to be doing the shocking of the grain. Mom would put the 4, 6 up on the wheat, always had to put them on the sides.
yeah.
That was our job to help. The men didn't do any of that shocking grains, I remember, so it was a women's job.
Yeah.
Our feeling.
and what, I didn't I think I missed the recording part, but when did he die exactly, what year was it?
1940.
1940, May 8th.
May 8th, 1940, okay, okay, yeah.
And
then the
then
following year, it was, when you sold the wheat, you got
he sold the wheat,
couple
he sold the
$100
wheat in
or
the fall.
$1,000 or whatever, and then.
No, we didn't talk about $5,
No.
$2 maybe.
So then the next year you had some more seed and
To plant?
planted again,
Yeah,
and then
well,
ramped up
they,
again? or-
Wayne and Milo didn't plant it, they didn't plant wheat the next year, did they?
I don't remember, I couldn't tell you what they
Yeah,
planted.
that's a long
Probably
way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I just remember that, definitely, that was the year
But
that,
see,
yeah.
Mom was trying to pay off a debt of $2,000 to my uncle. A veterinary debt.
a huge
And she was determined she was gonna do
A
that before.
veterinary debt?
A veterinary debt.
Wow.
For
Before,
cows or something,
before
or-
she died. Well, he'd come out and and take care of our animals when they were sick.
Your life's
And we had
good.
lots of sick animals out there.
I
Yeah.
remember that we had any veterinary bills. I know he owed on the land.
She owed us for doctor,
Did she really? Oh, I didn't know that.
and she had money to pay him off.
She would sit there and everything. Your mother had a 5th grade education, and she would record everything down in a book, everything they bought and every little thing.
Everything they spent.
And then every year she'd figure out how much she'd have left over. She sold this many cattle and this and this and this to get, to survive.
Aw.
But,
Bless
even
her heart.
everything she bought for food had no consequences as far as recording, but she would do it. She was very, yeah,
Very
to think
frugal.
over
Be
such a-
frugal.
She knew where every penny went.
I bet
yeah,
she did,
she
yeah.
really
She had
has.
to.
So that's why all I think about is the depression. and
depression,
the-
yeah.
the hardness of it.
But for
And how hard
Dad
us
to
kids had
die,
to work
Right.
along
still
with
had
our
4
parents.
kids at home. And
Yeah,
we
you-
were,
A lot, yeah.
yeah, and then to be farming and with a bunch of horses. We weren't farming with tractors at that time. We still were farming.
Oh, that's true. Horses,
Oh
I
my
didn't think
gosh,
about
think what
that.
Wayne must have gone through, yeah, and Milo too, both of them, to take it.
Well, they were so young and they didn't
Yeah.
realize how hard it was going to be. You know,
But they stuck with it, and
Yeah.
So really, the two of them did the
persevered.
farming? Did they have
They
any
did the
adult
farming.
relatives that came
No,
over? And
no.
so Dad would have been 9, 10, farming, and then how old is Milo?
He was just out of high school,
16,
probably
16. The
yeah.
kids out there that age,
Yeah,
farming?
with horses, yeah.
And they did okay?
Well, mother
They
was out
kinda-
there, mother was right alongside of them.
Oh,
She-
that's
she
true.
was pulling
well,
She
them,
was
she
helping
worked just as
them.
hard as Dad.
Yeah.
Really?
Or harder,
Wow.
harder.
pushing with everything, yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
But
Oh my
everything
goodness.
fell on her shoulders then, so I can't imagine what that must have
That's
been.
why it went to you, Arla, to babysit, because, I mean, originally it was like you were babysitting, but I mean, once they got
Well,
older,
yeah,
I can
well,
see
Mom
why
would be
she was
out in the
busy.
fields all
She was in the
day.
fields, yeah.
Yeah.
Working.
It was survival.
It was survival, yeah.
Well,
That's
that's
right.
the whole thing. That's what you think about when you think about how we grew up. It was survival. It's what it was.
Yep.
Yeah, you always felt like everything outside was an enemy because you had all the drought and all the depression, all
Yeah.
the work.
And you prayed every day for rain.
And then you
That's
shut
true.
the door.
We're gonna take off.
And it would just
Okay,
feel like.
well, thank you
it
so
would
much
just
for
feel
coming.
like
You bet. I'll give you a call later on.
Okay.
somehow or other that the whole, when Dad was there with us, that the whole pressure was lifted. Like, nothing could go wrong. That's the way I always felt. Like, it's just the security, like a security blanket just wrapped around you.
Well, and when Dad died, Mother didn't have a clue how the farmers were, other than what she knew, what she could earn for money. But she didn't know how Dad went to town and did the business.
She didn't even drive.
No, she didn't even drive. She had no idea what she was getting into. So you can see why she was stressed out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Right.
4 mouths. She couldn't even feed herself.
Well, she
hardly.
didn't have 4 mouths in.
Oh, you were.
I was already gone. And,
That's
No,
true.
she had a-
and yeah,
But we were all still pretty little.
yeah, you were very
11, so she had
Yeah.
long whole road to home.
yeah. So
Down in East Lincoln.
Wow.
Oh, Memorial, okay.
I think she told everything I know.
I think everything I know too.
What did, just since it's so far from us, what do you remember about grandparents at all? Like your grandparents? Either side. So you went to your mom's parents, right? You said you did that for Christmas,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, grandma's, right. And then did you, what do you remember about them? Did you meet Rudolph's parents?
Well, as far as I'm concerned,
which side?
Grandpa was that old grandpa that always smoked that stinky old cigar.
Now, which side was this? Is this,
Grandma Leptine's.
oh,
My mother's
lefty.
side.
Oh,
My
he
mother's side.
smoked a nasty cigar.
Oh, he always had
Okay.
that.
And he had a big, long, red mustache. That
Yeah,
And he was always grumpy, and he always laid on the couch like this really bad
He
off.
just didn't like grandkids coming.
No, he definitely
was just
didn't.
a grumpy
He didn't
man.
like
He's
kids at
let
all.
his go.
And Grandma was one that every year she says, I had to do it this year because maybe I won't be here next year.
Yeah, she did that.
So did you meet Rudolph's?
Yeah, his mother was alive,
His mother was like, okay,
and she always stayed with our neighbor.
Anna. That's Anna, right?
Her daughter. She lived with her daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Yeah, she lived with her daughter. And she was the person who stayed upstairs and knit her own yarn and made her own, knit her own socks.
She had a,
Huh.
And she kept to herself pretty much.
what do you call it, spinning wheel. She had a spinning wheel.
And she
spinning
spun-
wheel,
yeah,
wow.
Spinning wheel. And she'd be sitting up there.
And is that in Scribner? Or where did she
On the
live?
farm across the road from Mom's.
Oh, across the farm.
Yeah, right
Okay,
across the road,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
But she was really secluded. She never talked much. She never said much. But she worked out in the yard, and they had just acres and acres of back there behind their
And
house.
flowers everywhere.
Flowers,
Oh, really?
little
Wow.
ponds and lanes, and she was always
Interesting.
out there working on that flower
That
bed.
flower
yeah.
bed, wow.
And then she got to be in her 80s, and she had a twisted gut, and I can still see her doing like this on her blanket when she was dying. We had to go up there and say, we were little kids, had to
say
tell her
goodbye.
goodbye. But whenever I came, she always had such thick vessels on her, blood vessels, and I'd love to rub my hand across her blood vessels.
Kind of like these. They're soft, but they're gross. Yeah.
That's about the closest I got close
You
to
remember
Grandma.
things like that? Yeah.
She was
So
a
she
real
was real.
distant.
Was she real older or
Real
just
cold.
distant? Real cold lady. Yeah.
Well, just
Yeah.
when I never felt close to her at all.
No, I didn't feel close
She'd
to
just say hello. We'd have to go say hello to her when we went over to visit to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that
She
was-
wasn't interested in grandkids either, really.
No, she was already elderly.
Was she
She was
real-
quite
okay.
heavy. She had trouble walking and.
Oh, okay.
She just sat there by the window all the time, in front of
Yeah.
the bay window, and was sitting doing something, sewing
Yeah.
something. That's
Because I think she was 80 something when she died, right?
Yeah,
80. Yeah.
86,
Okay.
86, I think. if that's-
86. Yeah.
I don't know.
And John had been gone a long time before that.
Oh, he was gone for years. before
Long
that.
time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
And my grandmother, she died, and when they called my mom and dad to come over there, my dad was getting apples from Arlington, Nebraska for us for the winter. He went and picked up windfalls and got free apples.
Oh, nice.
And so Mom went over there, and I was left with chickens to can. But we had been butchering chickens.
Oh, what a horrible job that is.
Tom is
Canning
laughing.
chickens? Oh,
Some I baked in the oven, and then I put them in the jars. And some I put raw in the jars.
oh my gosh, this sounds horrifying.
And then you put them in a big canner thing like this, you know, like that full of with water in it, and
Yeah.
then you boil them for 4 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Did they taste okay at the end or not really?
Well, the ones I left put in raw didn't keep very well.
It's amazing you all grew up and didn't die from.
So I think I was 12 years old then.
I
Well,
remember that.
That's amazing.
I just,
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. We had to work.
You had to, yes.
We had to work with. I started milking cows when I was 5 years old.
I'm riding, so.
I could use a little pail and a
Oh.
yeah.
That's hard, yeah.
Don, did your mom ever say she didn't have to work when she was a kid?
I don't think she ever stopped working.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
You know, even as mom was dying in the hospital, and she wasn't real conscious necessarily, but she was always sewing.
Is that right? My hands are going? Wow. That's amazing, yeah. So you were with her, were you with her when she died?
Embroidering. Dave was.
Dave was,
I mean,
okay.
we were there at the hospital,
Early,
that-
it was middle of the night, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, wow.
but she just kind of always had to be doing something. So I understand why now.
I know it was hard on Dad when she passed. I remember he was very upset, yeah,
Right.
of course. Wow.
Well, and you just don't think about those things, and you just don't talk about them.
Well, yeah. And as kids, we didn't ask about them necessarily either.
Well, you
No,
probably weren't
true.
interested. You weren't interested
Weren't interested,
in
right.
that sort of a thing.
Now, our dad always told stories about his childhood. And
Well,
he
he
would
had
tell us
interesting-
stories at night, sitting on the porch, but
Oh, neat.
Mom was at work at the hospital.
Oh,
So,
Oh,
so, and then it was a little harder to get her to tell stories.
to open up about it, yeah.
When she was home. And we were potting peas or breaking beans sitting out on the porch.
Yeah, right.
but
Perfect
that's-
storytelling time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah, the
precious
time when you want
memories,
to,
I'll tell you.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
thing to do, to try to get, to bring them out a little bit, hear their
Right.
story. Yeah,
Huh.
that's great.
Oh, it's great to hear.
Thank you so much.
Great, that was so good.
I'm so glad
you
you
did this.
both
Yeah.
came and you were able to, that was a treat, yeah, thank you.
Tell
So,
them
so
about how
much.
you about threw in the towel about a couple of years ago?
Did what?
About threw in the towel a couple of years ago?
What's that
when,
about?
With the leukemia, the cancer?
oh, yeah. Yeah, it was,
Was that like 3 years ago?
yeah,
Okay,
my
yeah.
spleen was down by my bladder.
Oh. Oh.
They wind up taking it out, or they fix it up?
No, they gave me chemo and it went back in place.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
gee.
And she's still going strong. I'm going to
She is.
get to 100. We're going to celebrate.
I know, I know.
She didn't want to do nothing. The doctor
she didn't wanna tell
said,
the
she said,
doctor.
you should be able to get 10 more years of good life.
Because of her, everything else, she's so healthy,
Yeah,
right?
everything
Yeah,
else is
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
They
good.
tell me I'm the healthiest person they've ever met.
Seriously,
Yeah, that's what the doctor tells
that's
me.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, Bryce and Mandy, his son and his wife, took me along to Florida to see Louine, who was here.
Uh-huh.
And I was worried about, I was short of breath.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to the doctor and asked her, I have a lady doctor, asked her if I could fly if I was so short of breath. She laughed at me. She said, "You're the healthiest person I've ever met."
At that age. Now, don't get
So I
that
guess
age.
the question is, besides squirrels as a child, what are you eating now that's keeping you healthy? Do you do a lot of vitamins, or what are you
I
doing?
don't do any vitamins.
You do no vitamins?
Yeah.
No.
We live
Do you
on
eat
milk,
meat, or do
green
you?
beans and eggs.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah.
He knows because he can't eat beans to this day.
So you lived on green beans,
Green
Yeah,
beans,
green
we always
beans.
said
milk, and
rows of
eggs?
green beans in the garden.
Everything that was grown in the garden.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
grew your own.
Are you?
food.
You're not a vegetarian, are you? Do you eat
No,
meat?
no,
No.
I eat. I eat lots of meat.
You just
Pump
yeah.
water.
I
You're
eat
just
meat.
a healthy
And I
lady.
still have a little garden. It's not what I want to
Do you eat a
do.
lot of
It's all
vegetables?
raw milk.
I eat a lot of
We never
vegetables.
had
Yeah.
anything but raw milk.
See, that's
I eat a lot of fruit.
Until
a lot of
later
fruit.
years,
Yeah,
then we
it's
got
good for you.
salad, know.
That's right.
I eat meat. I eat 3 meals a day, every day.
And how do you keep your mind so sharp? Because mine's not as sharp as yours is. What are you doing? Sudoku like crazy? Sudoku puzzles?
Well,
no.
I
Crossword puzzles?
My granddaughter sent me a whole bunch of word search, and I worked
Yeah.
them all.
That's
See,
smart. Yeah.
See, my mind kind of went when I was getting chemo.
Yes.
My mind went, my eyes went, and my ears went.
It's traumatic.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I have just been doing things, and I add in my head and subtract in my head, and
Just keep keep
Yeah,
it
just-
sharp. Yeah,
yeah.
that helps, I think. Yes.
and this last year has been hard. This winter was hard because I didn't get out very much,
Oh, right.
and
And no one comes to see her much.
nobody comes to see me much. No,
Oh,
and so
And we don't text.
you don't
no, I
text
don't. No, I don't have that. I don't have anything like that. So I read a lot of books and
That's smart. That's
listen
good.
to audiobooks and stuff like that.
That's great. That's great. Same with you, Opal. You're the same way. Eat a lot of vegetables. Do you do vitamins? Do you take vitamins?
I'm liberated. I go to the senior center. Yeah, I'm high class. She's too cheap and too lazy to go, but I still go to.
Now, what do they do at the senior center?
Oh,
What
we
they
do lots of things. I used to be the entertainment, provide the entertainment for
Oh,
them. So
fun.
We would
Like
have
cards
something
and
every
stuff?
single day. We'd have something different going on, from puzzles to zigzags and who knows what all.
That's fun.
Yeah, just for a little bit, not for like length of time after.
Keep you busy. yeah.
Special things, birthday parties, and we just had something going on all the time.
I could
great.
do that too.
I wrote little plays.
But you
for
don't
them,
go?
little
You don't like to
plays.
go? No. Why is that?
Well, when I was taking chemo, I had to go there. I had to get Meals on Wheels,
Oh, right.
and I got tired of their meals.
Mm-hmm.
I really got tired of the meals, and I just got a new menu, and it's the same old stuff, and so I'm just not going to eat it. I can cook better than that.
You can cook better than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm, cook for yourself.
All you get is a fourth of a cup of vegetable, and I like more than a fourth of a cup of vegetables.
Yeah.
She's
good.
fussy. She's fussy.
There you go.
I'm just glad I got what I got.
Thank you so much. You are
You're
such a
welcome.
blessing. Thank you.